Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Param. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Yoma Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Unvanti Divyai Stavai Vedai Sangapadakrammo Panishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidussura shuragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chinmayayati Shasya Gurum Vande Tapovanam Tam Himavat Vibhutim Vai Jnana Vairagya Rupinam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Hari Om to everyone else. Today, I will ask you that what you could not understand yesterday. Then it will be better for me to give an overview. Because yesterday Maybe I was a little bit fast. So if you please tell me, then it will be better for me. You can on your video and please ask me. Wait, Amma, wait. I'm making you unmute. Mm. Please unmute yourself. Amma, yes.
I'm okay. I'm okay. So
If,
only thing little slow, but that's all.
oh, only slow problem. And anyone has any problem regarding any questions, any doubt regarding yesterday?
Swamiji, some examples would be beneficial
Regarding?
regarding anything. If it would be given with some example.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
So, yesterday what we discussed about subtle body, the actual game maker in our life. The self, Atma, what we call, or Atman, it is inactive. But illumined by Atman, everything is active. So the best example, have you seen Ma Kali's Murti, what is very popular in Bengal? That Lord Shiva is lying down as a dead body, and Mother Kali with the four hand is verily active. So what does it signify? You know who are Bhaktivadi, dualist people? They have created or generated a lot of story behind it, that Mother Kali's husband is Lord Shiva, and out of anger, when Mother Kali stood up on Lord Shiva's chest, she was ashamed that, oh, I have what I have done. In your Sanskrit class, you can remember Pati Devata. So in Indian culture, according to Hindu culture, we think or we believe is Pati is Parameshwara. Husband is the Supreme Lord. Not only Hindu culture. When I used to study Quran, by the grace of God and Guru, several religious scripture I have studied under the guidance of Guru. There also I saw in Quran there is an ayat, maybe 2.8.23, number maybe differ. There also, it is told that Allah is everything else. Husband is second Allah. So, maybe you can tell that who are feminist, they will oppose to it. I oppose it and I don't oppose it. Oppose it because why only husband will be like that? And I don't oppose it that the respect should be in a both side. Husband should respect his wife and wife should respect her husband. So the thing is, whole Hindu scriptures or Vedic scriptures are enveloped by some symbols. What is Shiva's definition? Someone says, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Satyam is Sat, Shivam is Chit, and Sundaram is Anandam. So, and Mother Kali is the symbol of Kala, time. So, Mother Kali is the symbol of time. Actually, the time is playing. From our childhood to death, only we wait for the time. In Kathopanishad, there is one mantra where there, Kalaha Upasechanam. Kala is swelling us. Kala is everything. Time is everything. But time itself is inactive or inert. By the light of Atman, everything remains, everything appears as in-living. Now the question may come that when the time arises, rational thinker says that before the sun came into the being, there was no existence of time. You know, we Vedantin has proved it's an absolute wrong thing. Because Brahman and Maya are like the two sides of a coin. So the thing is, the question is sometimes it is manifested, but when the complete dissolution or Mahapralaya comes, then Maya dissolves. Maya gets dissolved, but it remains in an unmanifested condition. So, we have understood at least, or we have known, that the whole body by which we are so much proud, my eyes are like dear. Someone praised. And everyone is praised. You know, if someone is headed, only 2-3 hairs are there. They also try to do that. And ego comes. What is ego? I will discuss. Means I am just gisting up yesterday's class. Yesterday I used a lot of terminologies. And today I am just explaining the thing. The thing is, all the organs, today I will discuss about the sense organs, that eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, those are just instruments. Now, I will go deeper. Yesterday, I have referred many texts that you have no idea. I have referred Naishkarma Siddhi, I have referred Vedanta Sara, I have referred Viveka Chudamani, I have referred several Vedantic texts. So in Drik Drishya Viveka, if you can remember the first sloka, Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Driktu Eva Drishyate. So when I see something else, suppose I am saying anything else, I don't claim that I am that. Yadrishyam tajjadam. So I'm seeing through the eyes and I claim I am seeing. But sometimes we tell my eyes are giving me trouble. I'm seeing blur or I'm seeing nothing. You know, very famous story that one old lady, he was very rich and he went to a doctor to be treated and doctor told that yes, I can guarantee you, you can see everything else. Then he will give me my fees and if you can't see anything else, I will return you back the fees. The lady went to the doctor treated. And doctor used to come to the home. Not she used to go to the, because she was a rich lady. When the last bandage was open, she could see and gave the fees. Then doctor did not come. She sent the fees through his servant or staff. Next morning, doctor got a call that I need my money back. Now why? Because I can't find anything else in my room. Everything has been stolen. So the thing is, these are only the apertures or the instrument by which we can see, we can taste. If eyes could see, then if the eyes are plucked, they could see. If tongue can taste, then a cut tongue also can taste. It never happens. So there must be some factor makes everything inert into enlivened. What is that? Preliminary, we think that our mind. For discussing these things, we discussed yesterday that how knowledge happens. How knowledge happens. Then we told that knowledge is nothing but, every knowledge is nothing but the modification of our mind. How that modification happens? The modification happens, suppose I am seeing a cow or computer or anything else. According to Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Vedanta tells the same. That our mind goes out and take the shape of it. Maybe it is a virtual, maybe it is a physical thing or a virtual thing. Because physical thing, maybe tree, cars, books. Maybe it is subtle. Like I'm talking to you and you are listening. How is it possible that I am talking something else and the mind goes over there and take the shape of the sound and it comes back. And it's a miracle that simultaneously nothing happens. It happens one after another in a millisecond. Then you can tell how is it possible, it is not possible, because our knowledge is very small. Again, I have to tell my past. So, I have studied about photography. And my guru was the world famous photographer. I think the old people can remember his name. His name was Mr. Benu Sen. He was the world's best photographer 5 years, since 5 years. So he told us that, photography is such a science. The maximum amount of time you will get. Have you ever seen the SLR camera, DSLR camera? If anyone sees it, you will find where the shutter is, not the click and photo shoot Kodak or nowadays some Canon. It is not. If you see any physical DSLR camera or if you handle it, you will find there is a circle on the shutter. And it is written 125, 250, 500, 1000, 4000. I have heard now 10,000 is also introduced. What is that? The smallest number indicates the maximum time. Do you know the maximum time? What does it mean by that 125? That a photographer, a real photographer, gets the maximum time is 1/25th of 1 second. Can you remember? Can you understand? Imagine 1/25th of 1 second is the maximum time a photographer gets. And the minimum time, now the time slot is 10,000 part of 1 second. Means a fan is spinning, and if we keep the shutter speed is 10,000, I can freeze the fan. So if the man-made physical things can go to that much of subtle level, think about our subtle world, our subtle body, where the entire universe is there, how faster it can work. So how that knowledge comes to us? It goes, it takes the shape of it, but mind can't take the decision. Mind is not our decisive factor. Mind only gathered the information and always create confusion. Should I do it or should I not do it? In that situation, one faculty is there inside the mind. Mind is a vast thing. Like in Amrit Vindu Upanishad, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoga. Mind is the cause of our bondage. Mind is the cause of our liberation. That mind is divided into four: mana, buddhi, chitta, and ahankara. Man means here mind means not the whole mind. Here mind means the part of that mind what goes out and comes back with the information. Buddhi takes the decision or recognize, yes, it is, with the help of memory, chitta. Because a lot of things, it is stored in our mind throughout our past lives. And modern science also says we can't imagine such a thing which we have never seen. Then you can ask that what about the fiction? When we see some ajib thing which is never possible. But if you think deeply, you will find everything we have seen. Suppose a person with the head of duck or horse, Hayagriva, suppose in the character of Mahabharata. So we have seen horse, we have seen human being, we have just merged it. So with the help of the chitta, buddhi or our intellect recognizes the thing and take a decisive factors, and lastly ego give the last seal. Yes, it is, and you can do that. So this was our yesterday's main thing. Then the problem, the thing was Mula Vidya and Tula Vidya. This is the Vedantic approach, where we say that we are ignorant by birth, and how that ignorance work upon us. First ignorance is Mula Vidya. It's a samanya jnanam or ajnanam or general ignorance. Like, we say that Brahma, what in Mundaka Upanishad there was a question, tell me, I want to know that by knowing which I no need to know anything else. मुझे ऐसी चीज बताओ, मैं वो चीज जानना चाहता हूं जिनको जानने के बाद किसी दूसरे चीज का जानने का वासना ना हो. So it doesn't mean sarvagnya. All knowing means the all knowing principle a Brahmagnani, a realized soul, knows, not the each and every minute details. That is the part of the God, Ishvara. But a Brahmagnani knows the basic principle of everything else. So like that, Mula Avidya means it's common to everyone else. That what is the function of that general ignorance? It covers the actual truth. Then Tula Avidya is very much personal. That personal Tula Avidya depends on our past impression, past memories, about our decisive faculty, about our sanskara, how our samskar is. In that way, we judge or we think. Suppose we are very much intended to standard of living. Someone wears Rolex or Omega. Someone wears simple Titan, Sonata or any other local brand watch. Whatever you wear, the time is same. Someone, ride Maruti Suzuki 800. Someone rides Bentley, Rolls Royce, or in between, so many brands are there. But the thing is, the road is same, the destination is same. So we pay too much attention in the standard of living. In spite of that, if we concentrate into the standard of life, our samskara becomes good. In that way, we can judge or justify our life. So, Tula Avidya depends on such factor, that how I am seeing. Suppose the same person, don't take it otherwise. Suppose I am going to purchase some milk or something else, or going to the market for a vegetable seller. I'm just a customer. But I was going to the lake road, and one lady who runs a coffee shop, by seeing me, she stood up and prostrated me, Pranam Swamiji. So that is Tula Vidya. That is also ignorance that I am the Acharya or Swami. But it is good Tula Vidya. Because basically we are all the Satchid Ananda. But according to our samskara, according to our personal knowledge, we perceived our Tula Avidya depends. I think I'm clear about Mula Vidya and Tula Vidya.
So, Swamiji, Tula, Vidya and Vasana are same?
No. Tula Avidya depends on Vasana.
Okay.
Tula Avidya depends on our past impression in our mind. And the thing is, but it's vice versa. You can't straight away tell it because Vasana is an ongoing process. Every day our Vasana either exhausts or gets born. And it depends on our Tula Vidya. And our Tula Vidya depends on our Vasana. Got my point? It's very subtle. You have to think upon it.
Yeah. Little confused, between Samashti and Vyashti. Is it like Mool Vidya can be equalized to Samashti
Yes.
and Tula Avidya is Vyashti?
Yes.
Okay.
And the concept of samasti doesn't mean that only the samasti human being or accumulated human being. That samasti, I will come in this text maybe, or if it doesn't come, I will introduce. The concept of Ishvara, according to the concept of Lord, is nothing but the samasti. So Mula Avidya is samasti, Tula Avidya is vyasti or personal. Clear? So we understood that how a knowledge we gain and what is the ignorance, what kind of ignorance, and as much as our Tula Vidya will be removed, the Mula Avidya will be removed very soon. Then it will be cleared for us, who am I actually? Am I really a brahmachari? Am I really a male body? Am I really a human being? All such questions will go off. Then all the confusion will go off that what is that whole universe is? What is Jagat? Then another main problem will go off, that what is the relationship with the Jagat and me myself? What is the relationship between the universe and me? That is the ultimatum of Vedanta. Vedanta culminates in Tattvamasi. You are that. So what is you and what is that? If doesn't come, I will slowly introduce all those concepts, because there I have to go to Vachyartha and Lakshyartha. Then what is the direct meaning and what is the implied meaning of everything else? So now, according to Vedanta today, the new thing what I am going to teach you, that what are they? That nose, ears, eyes, tongue. They are means of knowledge. Pramanam. In Sanskrit, all are pramanam. All are pramanam, through which we gather our knowledge. And most important, you have noticed that what the eyes can, nose can't, What the nose can, eyes can't. So they are distinct in their activities. All right? In that way, pramanam will come. So today, I will come into pramana vichara, the sixth way of knowledge, of knowing. We saw that senses are like doorkeepers which bring knowledge of the outer world to the mind. Not all things in this universe are grasped straight away by the five senses: to touch, smell, taste, hearing, and sight. There are so many things which we know indirectly without the direct aid of senses. So Hindu sages have classified all such means of valid knowledge into 6 broad groups. These are also called pramanas. Pramanas are valid means of knowledge. The knowledge that we gain through all these means should be foolproof. Should be foolproof. These 6, actually there are 6 means of knowledge, and these 6 means of knowing are direct perception or pratyaksha pramanam. Then the second is inference by previous experience, all called anumanam. Third one is knowing by example or upamana pramanam. Fourth one is conjecture from insignificant information, or called arthapatti. Fifth one is absence of thing, or anupalabdhi. And the sixth one is shabda pramanam, or the verbal testimony of the Vedas. So direct perception, I see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. Through these, I come to know about the objects of the world. And this is called pratyaksha, or direct perception. If the object is not subtle, distant, very near, or in darkness, or in covered, or unless our eyes are defective, we can all see the things clearly and know it. Now come inference. Inference by previous experience. The famous example by Nyaya philosophy or logic. Parvato vanniman dhuma. Dhuma. Dhumat. Parvato vanniman dhumat. So, if we see the smoke on the hill, we can easily infer that there should be fire. How? Because in our kitchen, we have seen that whenever there is fire, the smoke is coming. We have seen on countless occasions that where there is smoke, there is fire. So we infer that. Now the third one is knowing by example. Like, Gavaha. Suppose someone has gone to the Gir forest. So someone has asked, have you seen Gavaha, Nilgai? He told, no. How is Nilgai? No, it is like a cow. Then he told, it is. If you ask someone else, have you seen Mars? No, I haven't. Have you not seen the picture of the Mars either? No, I haven't. And I do not know what Mars is. What is Mars and how does it look like? You know nothing then. Mars is a planet. It is like our Earth. Like the Earth. Oh, I understand now. This is knowing by visible examples. This is called Upamana. This is another kind of means of knowledge. Another is Arthapatti. The English terminology is conjecture from insignificant information. Is Mr. X at home? No, he is not. Oh, then he must be dead. Why? Why should Mr. X be dead just because he is not at home? His not being at home means he is out. That he may return soon. Such conjecture using something information is called Arthapatti. Then Anupalabdhi. Absence of something else gives a knowledge. There is no car. It is the typical thing used by the Nyaya, okay? That there is no watch in the wrist. So that abhava, the absence of the watch, gives the certain quantity of knowledge. So that is called Anupalabdhi. There is no car on this table. Therefore, here is its absence. So absence is not seen directly, but inferred. So, Advaitin and one group of Purva Mimamsa accept this as a means of knowledge. These then are the 6 means of valid knowledge? No. I did not tell one most important thing. That is Shabda Praman. That is verbal testimony by the Vedas. The thing is, regarding supernatural and divine things, there is only one source of knowledge. That is the words of the sages. Their words are compiled in the Vedas. The Vedas are infallible. But even here we need the sense to either read or listen to the Vedas. So Vedas we take Shabda Pramanam, and sometimes we utter, some without thinking, that is Veda scientific? It's a very common question. Yes, our Hindu philosophy, mainly Veda, is so scientific. We are follower of Vedas. We try to establish Veda by introducing the word science. But we forget what is the area of science. Science work upon the area where our direct perception goes. But Veda's field of work where mind goes and come back. What we can't see, what we can't sense, that is the field, that is the area of Vedas. So for the spiritual life, Vedas are the ultimate pramanam. So there are few schools are there. Few schools, like I will discuss few schools of Indian philosophy and who take what. Like Charvak. Our 6 philosophies are there, and people say 12 philosophy, and we say 11 philosophies sometimes. So Charvak, Charuvaka, Charvak, who are verily believed in direct perception, like they use or they take only direct perception or pratyaksha pramana. Now come Buddhists. The Buddhistic philosophers, they accept perceptions and inference, anuman, means direct perceptions or some perceptions. Then dualists, Vishuddha Dvaitavadin, the school of Madhvacharya ji, they take perceptions and verbal testimony. Vaisheshika, they accept perception and inference. Jains, they take perception, inference, but not Veda. Their verbal testimony is different. Qualified non-dualist, Vishishta Advaitavadi, Ramanujam, they take perception, inference, and verbal testimony. Samkhya, they take perception, inference, and verbal testimony. The Nyaya people, they accept perception, inference, verbal testimony, and knowing by examples. Upamana. Purva Mimamsa or Pravakara Mishra Matam, they take perception, inference, verbal testimony, examples, and arthapatti. Means upamana and arthapatti, example and conjuncture. Then Purvamimamsa has another part, Kumaril Bhatta, what we call Bhattamatam. They take perception, inference, verbal testimony, example or upamana, conjecture or arthapatti, and absence, anupalabdhi. And now we, the Advaitins, we take perception, inference, example, conjecture, absence, and verbal testimony. I hope you could understand today's class. Intentionally, I went little deeper because I am preparing yourself for the further higher studies of Vedanta. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.